They were taking girls. They were killing men and women and children.
When the Elias family fled their ancestral home in Iraq 14 years ago, they were one of the families who escaped what the United Nations named a genocide of 400,000 Yazidi people perpetrated by ISIS. A handful of the family made it to Winnipeg as refugees, but some family members, the ones who survived, are still in Turkey. And now they're pleading with the Canadian government to reunite them before more are killed overseas.
On August 3rd, 2014, ISIS swept through Yazidi villages and towns. It was one of the hardest days of my life.
Hasso Elias and his family fled to Syria, then to a Yazidi refugee camp in Turkey. They were among 1,200 Yazidi families the government brought to Canada as part of its resettlement commitment plan in 2017 for ISIS survivors. But most never made it that far.
Hundreds of people on the streets, many of them died of starvation and dehydration during the first days of the genocide.
Hasso and his sister Nora say they receive calls every day from their aunt's family in Turkey begging for an update on their private sponsor applications, which were filed 5 years ago, but to this day, there has been no news.
They're waiting and they hope that it works very soon for them.
IRCC says due to safety and privacy concerns, it can't comment on individual cases, but said in an email statement, the family in Turkey could go to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees for an assessment, and it would advise the IRCC office overseas if it found need for urgent protection. But the family says travel to the nearest office isn't possible, presenting another barrier for them in trying to reunite.
The only support they're receiving is what little support we're able to help with financially, and then navigating the system here, which is nearly impossible. But we're trying to do everything we can, and we're hoping that the Canadian government can do their part in helping expedite this case.
Although immigration is a federal issue, the province says the family's local MLA will be contacting Canada's immigration minister to advocate for urgent processing of the applications so the family can be reunited.
One of the first things I think about their arrival is to welcome them at the airport and hug them and to let them know that they are in a safe and peaceful place now.
We will be so happy.
It is very, very hard for us and for our extended family in Turkey because their safety is at risk right now.
In Winnipeg, Joanne Roberts, City News.